Hello, my name is Kathy Pearson, and I come from North Carolina in the United States, and I have come to Aurangabad through the program Sewa International. And I originally found out about this program through an email in my university that was asking for volunteers to come work for their organization. So I graduated from the university last May, and I was looking for something to do in my next year before I start my postgraduate research. So I thought that this looked like a great thing to do, and I inquired and sent them my application, and they sent me to India. So when I got here, I originally thought that I was going to be working on a health project. I'm a biology graduate, and I have an interest in public health. However, when I got here, I discovered that my project would be doing documentation on women's self-help groups in rural villages outside of the city. But I was excited to do that project as well because I think that it's a very interesting subject, and they explained to me the importance of how organizations sometimes mostly need help with things such as documentation and especially in English. So I realized that that was a good way for me to be able to help this organization in particular. So I came here at the end of September, and it is now the end of November, and I'm just finishing up. And basically I've spent these past 2 months here going into the villages with a team of a couple doctors, a couple social workers, and an agriculturalist. And they do various projects in the villages. They do outpatient clinics, women's self-help groups, adolescent girls programs, animal health worker training programs, all different kinds of things. And I've basically been going around with this group of people and meeting all the different groups in the villages and hearing their stories, particularly success stories, and taking down notes about them and everything that they've had to go through. So I've been able to witness a lot of firsthand the different types of struggles these people have had to go through, and I've realized how long it takes for social changes such as these to take place, because this group of people has been working in these villages for a very long time, and I've only been here for 2 months. So a lot of their stories start back 10 years ago, and they've come a long way since then. So it's been really amazing to hear their stories of success and the different trials and tribulations they've had to go through along the way to get where they are today. And my experiences here basically have been very positive. I've learned a lot from the people I've worked with, especially through this organization and the hospital. I've learned about the inspirations behind this organization and the story behind its creation, how 6 medical students came together with sharing similar ideals and decided to start a charitable hospital that would provide affordable health care and at the same time work for social change through their health work. So I've really been impressed with everything I've seen, and this organization has obviously been doing a lot of good for a long time. They've really grown, and they have so many programs both in the city, in the urban slum areas, and doing outreach in the rural villages. I've been able to witness all their different activities, and all the doctors that I've met share this similar ideology that they're working to give something back to their nation and to help others and to provide their services not only as doctors but as social workers too, because they realize this connection between social and economic status and health, especially in India. So they're sort of aiming to get at the root of the problem. And I think it's a very good thing to see, because in the United States, we don't typically see doctors who are doing charitable work. They might sometimes volunteer some of their time on the side, but I've never before met people who have pretty much dedicated their entire lives to this work that they do. So that's really been something that has both surprised and inspired me to see. And everyone in India in general has been so generous and hospitable, very welcoming, inviting me to their homes to have dinner with them and their families, and just including me in their everyday work and activities. I know it's been difficult because I can't speak Marathi or Hindi, so they've been very patient with helping to translate conversations for me, so that I can ask questions to some of the people in the villages. So they've really been patient and helped me a lot with getting the information that I need to know to help them. So overall, it's been a wonderful experience. The culture is very different from what I'm used to, but it's been very nice to see. And I was here for Diwali, so I've been able to see a few festivals, and I think that overall it's been a very good experience.